Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 2 of the semifinals, the first semifinals of TLS Qualifier number 4. Liquid Drone versus S.A-Julia, with Julia leading 1-0.
Yeah, and it should be good because I think that Drone is going to have seriously rethought in between games 1 and 2, because he will know as well as the rest of us that that game did not go as planned. So I think he'll have something a bit more convincing to bring out in that one. I think it really didn't showcase either of the players necessarily at their best. Drone had a bit of a weird plan which didn't really happen. Julia just had to kind of do it right. I mean, he was smart after he scouted the Citadel. He did react well, but nonetheless, I think there's a lot more to be seen from both of these guys.
Indeed there is, but Drone is going to have an uphill battle because the next map is Neo Electric Circuit, which favors Zerg quite heavily, both in the pro scene as well as in our own awesome TLS statistics, which were compiled by Arvik Hero, I believe. I think there's a thread on that somewhere, or it might be in one of the results threads, but you can see all the matchup statistics and stuff from all of the qualifiers so far, so it's a very, very cool little thing to check out.
Yep. And yeah, before we go into the next game, I would like to do a little bit of a sponsor shout out, because you'll notice that both Sale and I are looking much sexier than usual. And if you're thinking, what is it, a new haircut? Have you been going to the gym? No, neither of those things have happened. We just got snazzy new headsets, courtesy of the guys at Razer, who are also very kindly putting in extra money to this tournament. We also have Twitch TV making their presence felt as well, helping out the Brood War scene, and of course we're very grateful for your viewership as well, because that's what makes it all worth it. So big thanks to the sponsors, and big thanks to you guys as well for watching and keeping it running. Yep,
basically buy Razer stuff, turn off your ad block, job done. Actually, I bought a mouse and keyboard from Razer already. Yeah, in the TLS spirit. Also, because my mouse and keyboard right now suck, and I'm like trying to ladder, and my shift key keeps getting stuck. So like I'm trying to hotkey things, and then like everything, like nothing is hotkeying. And then when I actually go back to like use my hotkeys, they're all the same units. I'm like, what is going on? And it's because the shift key has been held down the entire time. So that's terrible. So I got some mechanical keyboard from Razer. I can't remember which one it is. I think they only have like one line of mechanical ones. So I was just like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Like, apparently mechanical is good, so I'll just get that one.
Yeah, that's going to feel good. That's going to feel really nice. So yeah, you guys get the message. You know the deal. Razer is good, Twitch is good. And you're halfway there already. You're watching us on Twitch. So,
that's true.
You know, good start, guys. Yeah.
All right, so without further ado, let us go into game number 2 here and see if Drone can pull it back. Alright, here we are in game number 2 at the bottom right corner as Yellow Zerg we have S.A-Julia, and at the bottom left as the Teal Protoss we have TOT Ariador, aka Liquid Drone.
We do indeed. So I of course am holding out for 9 pool. That's all I'm here for. That's all I want to see. That's the only reason I get up in the morning. That's what I hope as I go to bed at night. I want to see TLS 9 pools, because I don't know if I'm just holding on to a dream here, but it doesn't seem to have been all that common after like day 1. So I've just got this idea in my head that it's going to happen, but I don't know that it is.
It's true. But you know what I just noticed, by the way? They are the same colors as last game. Last game Julia was yellow and Drone was teal. How crazy is that?
This is hacks, guys.
It's magic.
This is hacks.
Oh man. Oh, that doesn't bode well for Drone though, because he lost last game, right? So now he's on a map that's not good. He's in the same colors that he lost in. It's terrible. By the way, colors do actually matter. For those of you who are like, Sale, that doesn't make sense. Like, who cares about the colors? Guys, somebody actually did a study on this, right? In Brood War, apparently, yellow, I think, is... Or orange. I think yellow is the most overpowered color, except if your opponent is orange, because orange always beats yellow. Boom.
That's crazy.
That's right.
Where did you find that?
I don't remember, but I definitely saw it on thread. But I might be getting them backwards. I know it was orange and yellow, but I can't remember which is which. But one of them, like, always like wins more games than any other color, unless it's like, you know, unless it's orange.
But was this a significant ratio? Like, was it?
I don't remember, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh my God. Someone dig out that research, because I got to see this from my own two eyes. Because if it is indeed true that, was it yellow hard counters orange?
Yeah, or something like that. One way or the other. One hard counters the other. I can't remember which way it is.
My mind is going to be absolutely blown. And all my illusions of Brood War being a pretty flawless game are going to be shattered pretty much in one fell swoop. So let's all hope that that's not true. I forgot to check. It can't be in a 9 pool, could it? Was it?
I don't think so, but I'm not sure either. Too busy talking about color theory.
Color theory.
Good times,
brilliant.
good times.
Yeah, that makes him sound so educated. Oh, we're going to see a bit of a Zergasteel right here. Oh, he gets the Gasteel. Yeah.
What?
That's
Zergasteel.
Yeah. That can be quite effective. I mean, it does delay the Protest tech quite significantly. Though, of course, I feel that's a little bit early because the gas wouldn't be happening for a little while yet. So maybe that's a bit too much of an early investment for a Zerg player. But nonetheless, he wanted to get the Gasteel. He got the Gasteel. So with any luck for him, he'll be delaying the Protest tech quite significantly. So, yeah, Julia looking. Someone in the chat just said double Gasteel, conveniently forgetting the photon cannon, which would be able to take out the extractor in the natural. So that would be a somewhat perplexing move from Julia, so that's not going to be happening. But we do have a bunch of Blings looking like they are maybe going to try a bit of a run by, and Liquid Drone, knowing this, is going to pull some probes, and he should be okay to defend this with probes and a cannon.
Yeah, Julia actually hit 2 of those Lings earlier on, and oh my God, it's not tight! Oh, he's attacking the probes! It's not tight though, he can just run by! Ah! He attacked when he didn't need to, and lost a few extra Lings. If he just ran straight through there, I think he could have gotten at least 4 of the Lings in, but now he's only gotten 2. And oh man, this is going to be super annoying for Drone. Drone, by the way, has taken his natural gas, so that's not going to be the biggest deal. Of course, it is delayed, as Elegant said. But the bigger deal is that there's 2 Zerglings still alive in his main base. At least there's no speed, at least not yet. And 1 probe still checking out what's going on in the main base. There is a 3rd base now for the Zerg here at the mineral only. Looks like the Zerglings actually haven't managed to get any kills. Oh no, 1 kill on that 1 Zergling, although it might have been from that run by attack thing. It looks like, oh, 1 Zergling does get trapped here. Nice little trap by the probes.
Yeah, so it looks like they're not going to actually be able to do too much. That was a little bit of an unfortunate miss micro from Julia. Interestingly enough, once again, Drone looking like he really doesn't enjoy transferring probes. I'm not sure if he's just thinking that currently there's safety in numbers in his main, but he's only sending 2 probes over. I'd be really curious to kind of pick anyone's brain as to quite why he does that.
Maybe he has like a personal grudge against Maynard, so he just doesn't want to actually do that. For those of you who don't know, I believe Maynard was actually a player once.
Yeah,
and for some reason, transferring your workers to your natural is named after him. I have no idea why.
He was the first guy to do it.
Was he? Did people just not transfer to their natural until he did it?
Yeah,
they just like mine out their natural first and then go mine out their main first?
I think people wouldn't transfer. They just start building up a new location.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, so that's why it's named after him. Oh, catching the last Zergling. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe Drone like hated his guts or something. So he's like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm only building new workers at my bases.
Yeah. So yeah, he's liquid droning workers, which is doing nothing with them whatsoever. So let's coin that term. If Maynard can have his own term, why can't Drone have his own term as well? Yeah,
you know the funny thing about that is that actually in StarCraft 2, I believe oftentimes it's more efficient just to rally your new workers to your expansions rather than transferring. I think somebody actually did like some maths and did a graph of like exactly how many minerals you lose when you transfer or something like that. I thought that was all very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. But it's the kind of thing where I think, does it really make that much of a difference?
It does.
It really?
It does, man. Those like 12.5 minerals that you save could be the difference.
It's incredible minutiae that you can get into when you really look closely. That kind of simultaneously blows my mind and makes me think, why has anyone bothered doing that research? But I guess if you've got a slow weekend, then you may as well invest some time in something crazy like that.
May as well.
Yeah, and we now have 3 Zealots pushing out towards the Zerg's natural, and these could be pretty effective, and they are going to see the Hydralisks, which is important. We have Hydralisk speed and Overlord speed coming in at once, so maybe some kind of dropping action is to be expected right here. Of course, the process will be completely unaware that there's any Overlord upgrades being done, because you can't see that kind of thing, but he will know there are Hydralisks in the game, so he will be able to...
Elegant. We have a Robo, and we have lots of cannons, and I believe we've seen this already today. In Drone versus Gymbag.
I think we have, and this is going to be exciting stuff. For anyone who doesn't remember, Gymbag, hang on, which Gymbag was that? It was the actual gym bag.
It was the real gym bag.
Okay. Not the guy who called himself gym bag and was actually
not the pretender.
Drake.
Not the pretender.
Yeah, okay. Dirty pretender. He must not pretend to be a legend. It's sullying his name. And it looks like the Hydras are actually going to go in and try and get the front cannon. That's actually quite interesting. I guess he's just really keen to take down that gateway for whatever reason. Oh, we saw another cannon miss on flat ground. Exciting times to be watching Brood War right now. And those Hydras are going to be able to take down the gateway, having sniped out that furthermost cannon. And the first Corsair is out and about. It's going to be starting to do its full scoutage of the Zerg's main base. And we do have Overlord drops being researched as well, or ventral sacks if you want to use its full rather disgusting sounding name, and those Corsairs are going to be seen away for the time being. They will see the Overlord speed though, so that could be quite important.
Yes, indeed, and we do actually have Lurkers as well, so it is going to be a Lurker drop strategy planned by Julia in this game, and I don't think that's going to work out well. I think Ser Reaver almost perfectly counters that opening from the Zerg, because you've got Corsairs to deal with the drops, and you've got your very fast Robo already, so you have Observers to see the Lurkers, and Reavers obviously to kill them. The problem is though that the unit count is still fairly low, so if Julia just does a huge drop with all these Hydras as well as Lurkers, 1 or 2 Reavers might not actually be enough to actually kill it. So that's something to be slightly concerned about. But overall, I think as long as he's on the ball about kind of keeping an eye on the edges of his base and spotting the drops when they come in, I think he should be okay against this.
Yeah, I feel like he does have some clue. He's making up extra cannons in his natural, and given that he's seen Hydralisks, I don't know why he'd be making those cannons if he didn't suspect some kind of drops, because he knows that there isn't a Spire. He knows that for sure. So those cannons seem quite well educated to me.
Basically he saw 2 gas, no Spire, and only 3 hatches, and I think that's almost has to be Lurker drops.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense to get 2 gas if you're just going like Hydras and like getting the lair with no Spire. It's just a lot of things don't make sense in that case. So definitely all the clues point towards a Lurker drop here, and he's definitely in position. Look at this. He's got his Corsairs kind of roaming around. Although he's not going to see the Overlord coming in from the top, he's going to see it with a pylon though. Are you students in position? The Reavers are in position. The Corsairs just now coming back here. But if the Hydras drop on top of the Reavers, that could be really bad though. And there is the drop. Of course, the Hydras also will not all drop too clumped up as well. So the splash damage from the Scarabs will be mitigated. 1 Reaver going to go down after just getting a single Scarab off. More drops going here to the bottom of the main, but there are cannons here, as you said already. Drone was completely prepared, and he even built a Robo there as well, I think, to just help wall that off a little bit. So this drop has been completely ineffective, except, oh my god, the drop in the natural with 14 kills on that Lurker has killed almost all of the probes there. Wow, a double drop there. We almost didn't even see it, but man, Drone has definitely felt the sting of that one.
Oh wow, when he looked like it was all sorted, Drone actually taking so many casualties. How did that cannon in the natural even die?
I don't know.
Because
I mean,
1 cannon should be able to deal with 2 Lurkers. Easy.
Maybe he had like a second Overlord there and he dropped some Hydras or something and it died.
He must
so we
have
didn't
done.
notice it.
He must have done. But anyway, suddenly that has become effective, despite the fact that Drone seemed very well prepared for this. It's worked out for Julia. He's managed to get himself a whole bunch of probe kills, and it's actually taken Drone quite a while to flush his opponent out of his main, and still more units coming in as well, making life really difficult for Drone. So I thought this was going to be easy. No, nothing to be further from the truth. Drone is in a lot of trouble, actually. He's got his first Observer out now, but he's trying to shuttle Reavers back and defend. One of his cannons, however, is unpowered, so that's going to be useless in defending against his Hydras. And the Reaver's going to be pretty much fending for himself. His Stargate's going to go down as well. He needs to make sure he stays at Reaver.
Drop it!
But the cannon's useless. The cannon can't do anything. And going into the natural as well, he'll be able to catch another Reaver as it pops. That's really bad for Liquid Drone, and he is in a heap of trouble right now. He's making up another pylon at the weirdest possible location, because that's just easily snipeable. He doesn't have to go near the Reaver to snipe that off, and it looks like the Reaver's going to go down now as well. Oh no. The Reaver does die. His shuttle was just a little bit too far away to save it, and of course with no shuttle speed yet either, it was not quick enough off the starting blocks, and Julia is now able to get himself a 4th base and getting a 5th base at the same time. He's going to really try and push on his advantage with this, and still no mining at the natural for Liquid Drone. This is bad.
Yeah, this is looking very difficult for him. I mean, that hidden base at the 12 o'clock is a little bit unnecessary at this point. I mean, he's basically on, 3, almost going to be 4 mining bases against still just the 1 mining base of Drone. Drone, though, looks like unfazed. It's just going to take his mineral only at the back there. I mean, he's still trying to harass with the Corsairs. He's finally gotten rid of that 17 kill Lurker, is able to finally put his probes back to mining on the natural there. And, I mean, he's going to try to be defensive, but oh no, a bunch of mutas coming. He does have a good number of +1 Corsairs, though, so that shouldn't be overly effective.
No.
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit surprised about this switch.
I don't understand that switch. He's bringing in Scourge, so I think he's hoping that maybe if he just gets a few Scourge hits, and suddenly this can be really good. And crucially, he is going to be able to distract the Corsairs from taking down the Overlords as they come in. I think this maybe has something to do with it, but it looks like the Scourge might be able to... Oh, nearly managing to land right there. But this is looking very, very tricky still for Drone. He's having to work really, really hard. And there is a huge banging on my floor. 1 second.
Oh, man. So while Elegant deals with his apartment coming under siege by unknown forces, it looks like I think what's happened here is that because Julia sniped the Stargate, he maybe didn't realize exactly how many Corsairs were already made, so he decided to just go for a Muta switch and see if he could end the game there. Didn't quite work out for him, but I mean, he's so far ahead at this point that I think it's probably not too big of a deal. He's still ahead in supply, although, oh man, it could be a big engagement here. One Corsair does get Scourged down, but not enough Scourge remaining, and the Mutas will have to retreat here. So Drone winning a small victory here, but a very, very small one. Meanwhile, we've got Zerglings kind of checking out, you know, potential expansion locations. Ooh, taking some hits there from the Hydra. So back down to 4 Corsairs, 2 of which are highly damaged here, but his Stargate is finished again, so he's remaking these Corsairs. Looks like he's going to try and secure this mineral only once again. Of course, it did have to be cancelled because of that mini drop there. So yeah. Gonna retake that, but you know, in the meantime, Julia mining away happily from this top right natural. The 12 o'clock is up as well. Gonna start making some drones there, and oh man, looks like, is he gonna get this last Reaver as well? One of the Reavers already gone down. Oh, he might get the shuttle though. He's gonna get the shuttle. Is he gonna get the Reaver?
And the Reaver. He's gonna get it.
No.
So the Reaver goes down, the shuttle goes down. I mean, Drone is pumping Reavers pretty quickly. He's got 2 Robos working away, but this build is barely even getting off his feet. He is just constantly being harassed by these drops. He's still so low in terms of pro count at his natural expansion. He should probably actually just stop sticking to his guns and transfer some probes away from his main, because he's just slightly too saturated for the number of minerals he's got going on there. But Julia is expanding like crazy, and we would need to see some draw-esque shuttle micro in order to really help Drone to prevent any more bases going up, which I don't really see happening. I don't think he's got the means to do this right now.
Oh, and another Corsair goes down to Scourge unnecessarily there, I think. He is now pumping 2 Stargate Sares as well as 2 Reaver Robos. So he's going kind of a similar style to what he did against Jim in that round of 32 game, I believe. But, you know, it's not really working out well for him this time. He tried to sneak a probe out to maybe take the hidden base at the top right, but that gets spotted and taken down by Hydra there. And yet another base going down now for Julia. Julia just going to have an overwhelming economy. And, you know, it's funny because this is the kind of thing that you're supposed to do. Ooh, nice little Reaver Scout there. But this is the kind of style that you're supposed to use when you're faced with Sarah Reaver, is that oftentimes, you know, against really solid Sarah Reaver play, it's very difficult to defend efficiently. So what the Zerg usually does is just expand like crazies, because the principle is that the Protoss doesn't really have a big ground army that he can use to kill expansions. He can only harass. So Zerg just is like, alright, I'm going to inevitably take some damage, so I'm just going to have so many bases, so much economy that even if you harass me a bit, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, and Julia is just able to take as many bases as he likes right now, so he can even afford to lose a base, and it wouldn't even matter too much. We have 2 slow shuttles. Why are these shuttles still slow shuttles? He has gas and minerals in the bank. He could definitely have afforded the shuttle speed upgrade, losing extra Corsairs as well. 4 Reavers is going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be enough to completely hold their own against a huge number of Hydras that are waiting in the natural expansion right here. One of the Reavers goes down straight away, and these are going to have to be some super Reavers to deal with all these Hydras that are coming in right now. Will he be able to micro these Reavers successfully? It looks like actually Reavers are pretty good, and he will be able to just about micro them to kill off a large number of Hydras, but yeah, he'll have a hard time even getting that shuttle out again. I'm surprised still no speed upgrade. Does he even have the speed upgrade researching? Sorry, my arrow key got stuck. Case in point, just after I was done complaining about my keyboard, it manifests itself. So sorry about that crazy screen scroll just now, guys. Oh, sorry. I just noticed there are 2 Scourge, and like right at the bottom of the map, outside the mineral only, which the shuttle just flew directly past. That was a close escape right there.
That was crazy. He was lucky that... Oh, man. I don't know how... Like, there's 2 pairs of Scourge here. How did he actually not hit either of these?
I actually have no idea. I don't know.
Oh my god, there's Queens. He's gonna ensnare.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
This looks like a piss take tactic, but it's actually quite valid. I mean, if you can ensnare those shuttles that you tried to get away, then that's really going to be game over for any shuttles, especially, well, it doesn't matter whether they're speed shuttles or slow shuttles, or does it?
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that's super annoying for Zerg with how fast the courses are and how fast the speed shuttles are. You know, even if you have good Hydra control, it's very, very difficult to catch them. So with that ensnare, that could be really, really nice. And of course, because the Corsairs all clump up as well, one ensnare can get all of them. So this is definitely a valid tactic by our Zerg player, even though queens are very, very rarely seen, well, for legitimate uses at least, in Brood War.
Yeah.
And looks like he's gonna get a Parasite off first, just to actually see where the Corsairs are. Let me try and get the Parasite guy. There he is, there's the Parasite. So that'll actually give the Zerg player vision, the vision of this Corsair, so you can see wherever these Corsairs are going, which is also gonna be very, very handy. Obviously, ensnaring at that point wouldn't have helped much because he didn't have any units there to kill them anyway.
No, it really wouldn't. I mean, that one Corsair is probably better off just separating it from the control group and seeing if he can do a little bit of overlord marauding, but basically just sending it to its death, because that's going to be more of a hindrance than a help. And Drone now, he's stabilized, but he's not in a good situation. He's going to have a very, very hard time breaking out to any more bases. It looks like he might actually lose his cybernetics core before he's able to finish the air armor upgrade, which is quite an interesting upgrade to be getting, especially since he's lost so many of his Corsairs throughout the game, although he is replenishing his Corsair fleet at quite a rapid rate. So yeah, I guess the air armor upgrade would come in handy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's got so many Corsairs and he can't get +2 weapons anyway because he doesn't have a fleet beacon, so it's like, might as well get air armor. Can't hurt. By the way, he just suicided that parasited Corsair because he didn't want to reveal the location of his entire fleet, which is definitely understandable. So that was a small loss for him, but no big deal. Actually, you know, I just said he had no fleet beacon, but he actually does have a fleet beacon. And
he does.
Just because I clicked on that fleet beacon, your computer decided, wow, that is so awesome, I can't take it anymore.
Well, I think what actually happened is I noticed the Guardians and Devourers.
God, I just saw them!
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I saw them and immediately my computer just freaked out and it was like, no, I'm not having this. We do have so many Corsairs coming in.
Oh, ensnare! Look at them purple and green! They're colorful Corsairs!
Yeah, I don't think the ensnare matters because these Corsairs would not want to be escaping because they have the numbers to win this battle. So, although having said that, it looks like they may actually get taken down by Scourge right here. We have 4 Scourge going to come in, going to be able to take out just 1 Corsair somehow, but all the Devourers are dead, so these Guardians not going to be too long for this world. They're going to be able to pick off maybe 1 or 2 more Photon Cannons and some probes as well, but really, that's going to be a pretty big waste of cash for Julia.
Oh man, but a double drop in the main, I'll get a double drop in the main, double Reaver drop, and Evo! All the drones going to go down. The Corsairs have cleaned it up despite having all kinds of Zerg goop on them. Purple goop, green goop, it doesn't matter. They are Corsairs, they are Protoss champions. Meanwhile, another drop now going to the rolling, but a burrow on the drones. Nice move there. There's no observer here to actually see the drones, but they might actually be able to kill the Greater Spire, which is getting some air upgrades. Looks like an ensnare on the shuttle, the Reavers and the Corsairs. I think that shuttle might go down. It's under attack. It's gonna run away. The Corsairs are just hanging on to distract, and looks like that Reaver's repositioning itself at the top of the ramp here. Immediately gets taken down. The other 2 Reavers are ensnared down. They actually have no Scarabs right now. Okay, finally getting some Scarabs, but they're getting taken down by these Hydras because they used all their Scarabs already. The Greater Spire has 19 health. He should attack the Greater Spire. He kills the Greater Spire with the last Reaver shot. So no more Guardians or Devourers, but at the cost of almost his entire force. There's so many stairs went down, and both shuttles with 4 Reavers went down for that.
Yeah, the Greater Spire is a good kill, but it's not the kill to end the game, and he would have to get some serious stuff working his way in order to actually get back into this. He's lost almost all of his Corsairs. He is building up a new fleet, but now with 8 Corsairs, and he's just steadily trying to build more Reavers, trying to make this work, but I don't think he's got the control. Julia is very soon going to have every base on the map, and that, as we all know, is a pretty rough position to be in when you're playing against any race, but it's going to be so hard for Drone to be able to do any harass that's going to actually make any difference. I'm surprised that Hatchery lived, though. I mean, it's seen a lot of bad stuff. That Hatchery's still going at the mineral alone.
2 more Scarabs would have finished it off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe you should have gone for that instead of the Great Spire. I don't know.
I think that, I mean, that base is kind of getting close. Well, actually, no, it's got about half his minerals left, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think when he was attacking the Greater Spire, the Scarabs were splashing it as well anyway, but, oh, looks like we have another attack here at the 6 o'clock. Oh, he's got to be careful, though. Oh, he dropped a probe there. It wasn't a Reaver, just a probe, so he's actually losing Corsairs now to these Hydras. He does have a lot of Corsairs, they are 1-1, he's getting the +2 attack. He doesn't seem to have any shuttles over his Reavers. He's got 4 Reavers at his natural. Oh, there's the shuttle coming back now. He's actually got 3 Robos in total as well. He's like, oh no, I'm sorry. No, it's just 2 Robos. No, never mind. I'm crazy.
Yeah, you are crazy. You're crazy, Sail. We have some Corsair action once again in the middle of that, but once again, oh no, they're getting snared, and it looks like the Hydra's going to be able to catch out all these Corsairs unless the micro is magic, which it's not ever. So this Corsair is probably going to be going down, but the Hydra's not actually doing the best job of chasing, and his snare doesn't really last that long.
No, run over the gap. Oh, D-Web!
Yes.
Web! Oh, wait, are they going to get away?
Yeah, it looks like they're actually going to get away. So these Corsairs are going to somehow survive that ridiculous engagement. So they got ensnared in the middle of the map in open ground, still managed to escape from the Hydrus. And you got to say, if your Corsairs manage that, fair enough. They deserve to be alive. That is Darwinian selection right there at work. Those survivor Corsairs. We have the Queens coming in, ensnaring literally everything.
D-Web, he needs a D-Web, he needs a D-Web, D-Web!
Why is he not D-webbing?
Webby! Yeah, he gets the D-Web down and the Reavers survive.
Finally D-Webbed just in time right there with absolutely down to the wire timing for that Reaver. And it looks like he might actually manage to get another base running here. He's going to throw down a few photon cannons and he might actually be able to do this. I don't know when that happened, but a lot of Overlords seem to have died. Julia is pretty badly supply blocked at this stage, but I don't know where or when that happened because as far as I knew, all the Corsairs were in that 6 o'clock.
Well, the problem for Drone is that he supply blocked Julia, but Julia still has like 40 more supply than him, so
yeah,
so that's probably still not a very good situation. And finally, Ultrastar here, but there are a few cannons morphing in here. He needs to get some good D-Webs down as well, and there we go. There are the D-Webs. Looks like the Ultras are trying to close with the Reavers. One Reaver does go down. He's D-Webs everywhere. So much blood. So much blood. I can't believe he's holding here. Drone with a heroic defense. He's actually just shuttling probes out of his base because he can't actually transfer them on the ground because there's a big Zerg army outside of his base, but just cannot actually attack this. Craziness from Drone.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that is a clutch defense right there. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make because still Julia just has the complete run of the map, but absolutely amazing defensive capabilities right there from Drone. Seeing how scary this strategy can be, it looks like he might get a big Overlord burst here as well, but still his opponent is going to be way ahead in terms of supply. Nice dude going down there. It looks like he's going to catch so many Overlords here. Oh my god, look at the supply cap just falling for Julia right here. Those Overlords are not going to last long against all these Corsairs. It looks like he's going to continue killing the Corsairs. He's got killing the Overlords rather. He's got so many Corsairs in there that he can afford to lose a few, and it doesn't even matter. He's still just going to cut through these Overlords like crazy, but now is probably the time to pull back. Although still, there are so many extra Overlords that Julia's still not being supply blocked right here.
Oh man, Drone is really playing a great game here, but I mean, can he actually overcome, the Zerg who has every base on the map? I mean, Julian must be getting frustrated as well, because he's, it's not like he's lounging around and just, messing around making random units. He's definitely trying to finish the game here. He keeps attacking into his base, and it just is not working for him. I mean, if I was Julian right now, I'd be like, just come on, dude, it's my game, just leave. Just get out the game. And you know what? That kind of mindset can definitely, make him go for bad attacks and inefficient engagements where, eventually Drone might somehow pull it back, but it's going to be a huge uphill climb for him still. He's still down 50 supply. Yeah,
that's a massive uphill climb. I mean, I would honestly expect for him to be down by more than 50 supply right now. I guess he's kind of helped by the fact that Reavers take up a hell of a lot of supply. I mean, is what, 6 per Reaver? Or is it 4?
Sorry, to kill an Ultras?
No. The supply a Reaver takes up.
Oh, supply. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention there. So someone just was talking about Stork versus GG play. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what this is like. It is.
I think it's 4 supply. But anyway, dropping down a whole bunch of Reavers. Reavers are not good. We need more D-Web than that. If these Reavers are going to survive very long, the plague, all those Reavers go down. There's acid spores all over the shuttle, so they're taking so much damage right now. The last, of course, is going to go down to GG.
Julia taking it down.
Wow. So yeah, Liquid Drone trying to bust out the crazy strategy once again, but it didn't quite work out for him so well as it did in the original game. And Julia was just way on it. That was a really strong strategy against what Drone was trying to pull out. That drop strategy, which Drone looked so secure against it, but that second drop at the natural really made all the difference. And that's the value of just pulling your opponent all over the place, making him just multitask a little bit out of his shell. And I'm still curious to see how that cannon died, though. I'd still really love it. I have no idea.
Man, see,
second drop.
It's terrible because I was saying in the beginning how I was like, oh, Lurker drop. Well, Reaver is great against Lurker drop. And then he just gets completely annihilated. I gotta say though, that extra drop in the natural with the Lurkers was really beautiful. I mean, we didn't even catch it until all the probes were dead. So So yeah, I think that was probably it. I mean, the drop in the main, you know, did a lot of damage, but he had the cannons in the main by the main nexus anyway, so he seemed fairly prepared for that, but just didn't quite pay attention to that one in the natural. I mean, because the thing is, he built a cannon there before, so I guess he was like, okay, that'll be fine then. Because if you just drop 2 lurkers, one of them will die from the cannon before it can get more than like a shot off. So it's actually not a big deal, and it takes, you know, like 2 or 3 lurker shots to kill probes. But yeah, he must have dropped some other stuff. As you said, it's a bit of a mystery there. Maybe, well, that's okay, because we are going to be releasing all the replays for TLS, so you guys can have a look.
Find out for yourselves. Yeah, exactly.
Download the rep pack and have a look.
Yeah, and have yourself a nice evening.
Yep.
An educational evening, I should say. An educational evening of Brood War.
Indeed. But don't go anywhere, guys, because we have 2 more series to come. The second semifinal, followed by the finals, and I am very excited because for the first time in TLS, we have no Zergs in one of the semifinals. That's right, we have a PVT, baby. Oh yeah.
Yes, we do.
And not only that, but we have one player I have never heard of in my life. We have Andre, who we've already casted 1 game from already. He's going to play Terran versus the Protoss player Hellarine.
I have heard of him. I do not know quite why or who he is, but I have heard of him. And that's what matters.
Good enough for me.
Yep.
Is he Bulgarian, by the way? Is he from Bulgaria? Because is he like another mystery player like Jim?
Yeah,
Are these players actually all just Technic smurfing because he qualified already and he just wants to play more tournaments?
Yeah, maybe. Because, a lot of people coming out of the woodwork right now. I know I've heard of Hellarine somewhere. I'm sorry, Hellarine, if you're watching and you wish I remembered you. I wish I did as well.
Okay,
but hopefully after this game I will.
Sorry.
Lithuania, okay. B+, okay, so he definitely has a chance right here. So let's see what he can do against the well more established Dre.
Indeed, so we'll bring you guys that series right after this break.